Hello sweet friends and crafters, welcome to Carol's Craft Cottage. For today's video I am going to share with you a tutorial on how to put the witch hat gift box together. This was a requested tutorial, so I will be sharing that with you today. The dies that I'm using for this project are the spider bow number 2 and also of course the witch hat gift box. I will have links to the die in the description box below should you care to purchase these dies. They are affiliate links. They don't cost you anything extra when you purchase through them, but it does help me in my channel. You can also use Carol10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Now I'm going to share with you my project. I did quite a few of them, but before I do that, let me just say, if this is your first time here or you are new to my videos, my channel features lots of paper crafting ideas and tutorials. If this is something you enjoy, won't you consider subscribing? And for all my returning friends and subscribers, welcome back. You mean the world to me, and I appreciate your support and comments. So this is the original one that I did, and I have a little bit different configuration for you today, which I'm going to teach you how to do. This word right here was from Halloween words number 4. That's something that's different, and I used my Porch Prince Fall and Halloween Cottage Kids to put this on the witch hat. And then I just tied some of this netting that you get at the Dollar Tree, and this is what it looks like. And I just cut it down. So out of this you can get 3 ties. So I cut it and then tied it around the hat like that and put a flower. So that was my first one. Now I made several of these, and this is what I'm going to teach you how to do today. And this is using, let me go ahead and put this way so you can see all of them. It's kind of better. So as you can see here, the Hocus Pocus comes in your die set. And I use the netting again, but in a different way. And these spiders are from the Dollar Tree. This is the spider bow number 2. And I did use the netting around the hat because I thought it was so cute like that. And then inside I have my bracelets. And I made those are Hello Kitty bracelets in the orange ones. And then this shows you a purple one. There's the bow. Okay. And we are going to be putting this together. We're going to be putting a green one together. So you can see all the different ones that I created, and they are all holding bracelets. So let's go ahead and start putting this together. I'm going to turn this back down so that you can see what I'm doing. So I've cut all the pieces. So you get one die that is, it has the stitching around it. Let me get my die here so you can see. So it's the one behind here. You're going to cut one on black, and I find mine are sturdy enough with just one. So you're going to cut one on black on that, and then on this part right here, you're going to cut 2. Let's cut 2 of these, and you can see the score lines on it. And then on these 2 pieces right here, you're going to cut 2 of this, and you can see the score lines. 2 of, okay, so that's 2. And then on the one with no little flaps, you're going to cut 2 of those. And then you're going to cut 1 of the center of this right here. This one right here. Okay. And then whatever designer paper you want to use, you're going to cut 1 on this. And then I save this piece that comes out, and I use this die to cut this piece out, and this is going to go inside my little box. And I like the way that looks. And when you open this up, You can see it's inside there. It looks like it's supposed to go like that. So that's what I did. I kept that piece instead of throwing it out and used it for the center there. Okay. So that's how I got that. And then you're going to cut, there's 2 dies together here. So you're going to cut 10 all together. And I used just plain green paper. So I used an embossing folder to give it a design. And then you get the words Hocus Pocus. And what you're going to do with those is on 110-pound cardstock in black, cut 2 and layer it on top for the Hocus and the Pocus. And for the backing, cut 2 again. So you will glue your Pocus on top of one of the backgrounds. And then what you'll do is you'll take your wire and you will wrap it around a pencil about 5 or 6 times, as you see here, and leave about an inch and put it on the back here, and take another 110-pound cardstock and glue it right on top so that you get it like this. Does that make sense? So cut 2 of the Hocus word, layer it on top of each other, cut 2 of the white on 110-pound cardstock background, glue the Hocus to one of the 110-pound cardstock white, then flip it over and wrap your wire, and I'll show you the wire that I use. I've had this for a long time. I'm not even sure where it is. I picked it up. It doesn't say. But I've had it for a long, long time. So this is galvanized wire, 76.2 milliliters. And I think that's the 250 feet. This is 58 gauge, 0.58 millimeter, 24 gauge. That's what I use. Had it for a long time. So what you do is after you wrap it around your pencil, you'll just put it on here like this. You can see how I did it already. And then glue the other piece right on top. Pretty simple. All right. That's if you want to do it, the hat this way. Okay, so we're going to get our bottom piece with the stitching. And we're going to get this piece right here. And we're going to glue them together. I want to make sure I get a pretty good amount of glue on here because of the embossing. All right, and we're going to take it and we're going to center it right in the middle like that. Press it down. Now we're going to work on the gift box portion of this. So you have all these score lines. So we're going to fold on all the score lines. So we have those, and then we have each individual one here. And then you have a little tab there, which is for gluing together. And you're going to go to the second one right here. And you're going to fold each one of those down. And then you're going to fold on these score lines. And then you have a little tab again right here. You're going to fold on that. So we're going to put this together now. And I just put a little bit of glue on this tab. And I'm lining this up. Okay, and this is, you can see this is starting to come together. I'm going to push all my tabs flat, and then we're going to get this piece that we cut right here in black, and we are going to attach this. So I put glue on every tab. And you can see when I line this up that each tab fits under here like this. So you put it perfectly right up there, okay? And then you start forming each one underneath. I'm going to use my bone folder so I can get a good stick as we're going around. Push it right up against, keep going around. I'm just sliding it under there and pressing it. Now I look like I need a little bit more right here. Till I get to the end. I'm going to press it so it sticks. And then I have this little tab right here left. So I'm going to put some glue on it. And I'll put a little bit more here. And I'll just slip that underneath. And hold it for a second. And then just flip this over and see that everything is stuck. If not, take your finger and push it together. So it should look like that. Okay, so then I take this piece, this was the extra piece out of the brim of the hat, and I'm going to put glue on the back of it. All right, and I'm going to squeeze it in like this, and I'm going to put this in here like this, up against this. So I'm going to squeeze it, I'm going to put it up against there, and then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to squeeze it and put it down inside. And just do that. And then take my bone folder and push it down to glue it, just like that. Now this is your gift box, so I see I have a little one popping up here, so I'll put a little bit more glue. So now we're going to take this and we're going to glue this in the center. So you can see the edge here matches the edge here. So that's how we're going to line it up. You see? Just like that, right in the center. And it does have a little bit of a black showing. It doesn't butt up against the green. So you're just going to center it. All right, so I'm going to lay it in the center, and it's about 1/8 of an inch away from the brim. Okay, and that's centered very well, so I'm going to press it down, and I'm just going to put this aside. So this is the gift box. Okay, I'm just going to put this aside while I work on the top of the hat. So you'll again need 2 pieces of this, and you can see that it is scored. So we're going to fold on the score lines. So I do it this way because I'm going to fold on that score line, and I'm just going to go like that. Let's see, I dropped it. Here we go, fold on the score line. And I do it in the center. Fold on the score line. And then we have a little tab here. And as you can see, it is wider on the bottom and it gets smaller as it gets to the top. So I fold it in the middle and I turn it over and flip it up. So I go back over here and see where I missed, and I just fold it over. It's a tiny, tiny edge right here. Tiny, tiny. And that's okay because we need a little opening to put our hocus pocus. So that's it right there. We're going to do the same to this side. Fold it in the center, go this way and this way. Fold it in the center. Center. There we go. And then that little edge, the little tab, that's what you're going to put your glue on. Okay, and as we get up to the top, it gets smaller and smaller. And I'm just going to turn it over a little bit. All right. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to put some glue on it. And it's going to be covered too. That's another thing with your little bow on the top. You put glue on the tab all the way up. And then we'll lay these flat. And we're going to go right up to the score line. Line it up. Just like that. Then we're going to come to this side, and I make sure the tab is folded over a little bit. All right, we're going to fold this over right to the score line, all the way up to the top. And you just tuck that little edge inside. I need some more glue in here. I'm going to stick my bone folder in here so I can have something to press on. Okay, so that part is done. We are going to work on these pieces right here, and these are going to be glued all the way around the witch's hat. So if you have embossed yours, make sure you have the correct side facing. And I go about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom like that. And we have 10 of these to glue on. So you get 2 dies so you can cut 2 at a time. And they don't have to be all the same color. You can use different designer paper to coordinate with the brim. And you're just going to glue it to the center of this little triangle so that you do have some black showing, because it makes a nice presentation that way. And you see what I mean right here. You're going to glue it to the center. So I do have some black showing. You see that I was looking to make sure I have the correct embossed side. I did these all the same, so I know it's easy for me to pick it. And we got 4 more to do. This is the time-consuming part of this. We're getting almost to the finish line here. And the last one. Okay, now we're going to put the brim on. And even though I am covering this with netting, I'm still going to put the brim on the hat. So if you don't want to do what I did, you could still do this part for the brim, and you could cut out your buckle instead of doing the netting like I'm doing. Okay, so what I did was I folded on all the score lines, and I folded over the little tab. And now I'm going to put it together. And this is the part that goes around the witch's hat on the bottom. And then I'm going to put glue on both of these little tabs, and I'm going to glue it together. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the inside of the brim and put glue around the whole thing. And then I'm going to bring this piece into view, and we're going to just take this and line it up with all these little peaks and just slide this right down to the very bottom. So I do this even though I put the nylon netting on here, because I feel that it strengthens the brim of the hat. So you put it right down to the edge, and you can see it go. It makes you have a nice snug fit onto your hat right there. Now, what I did is I took the netting, this right here, and I cut it into 3 equal parts. And I put 2 pieces together. I put one aside for the bow on the top, and this is about, I'd say this is about 24 inches to a yard. Yeah, it's a yard. 24, 30 inches would have been enough, but this one is a little bit bigger. So what I did is I took 2 pieces together, and you could take a needle and thread and just do a basting stitch right down the center. Or if you have a sewing machine like I do, you can do a basting stitch right down the center and then pull the string to get this ruffled edge like this. So we are going to attach this to the bottom of our hat. And we're going to do it with hot glue. So I want to get this started. And I'm going to pull this up like that. And you're going to put it right to the center. And I'm going to take and cut these strings on this side, since I already glued that down. And I'm going to just twist it around. Okay, so I need to pull some of the netting so it will fit around this hat, and pull this string. And that's pretty close right there, so I'm going to start gluing some more down. So I just put the hot glue in the middle and aim that center stitch on the hot glue. All right, and now I have this little piece, and I'm going to pull this to ruffle it, and I make it so that it's not really too ruffly right here, because that's where I'm going to put my bow. And just lay this over. And that is done. Let's clip the strings. All right. Make sure it's all down there, and I'm going to try it on here. And that's good. Now, if it doesn't go all the way down, you can pull this out. If you have a little edge like me that's a little too long, I just cut it. And we're going to put it on again. And that's good. So I have a bow that I already made. This is spider bow number 2. And I just used this little skeleton thing I had in my stash, and I'm going to put that bow right there where it's a little bit flat. And I'm going to put it right in the center. And I'm going to hold it down while the glue cools. And we're going to get our hocus pocus out because that's going to go on the top. And I have a little spider because as you see here, I have a little spider on the hat that comes from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so this is going like this. Cute, right? Now, Pocus is lower than Hocus, so I put Pocus in first. So I just poke that right into the very tip of this hat, like that. And take these curly things and put it over the tip, because we will do a little hot glue right there, and it's not going to show because we tie the little bow around there. And then take Hocus and poke it right down through the center, like such. And then try to adjust how you want this to look. Okay, I'm close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip this upside down, and I'm going to go right down the center and load it up with some hot glue. So I'm going to go off camera because I'm going to try to aim for the bottom there. And you pretty much can do it. It's not too bad. It's going to go, hot glue is going to go right to the center. And then make sure your little wires are to the side, that they've got some hot glue on it. We're going to put it back on here. And I'm going to take and go to the back of this a little bit. And I'm going to glue this Hocus just a little bit. And hold it while it's drying. Takes a couple seconds for the glue to, and now you can see my Hocus Pocus is fun. All right, then I have the extra piece that was left when I cut my netting into 3. Now you can put some hot glue there if you're struggling to keep that straight and upright, and that will help it along. And mine is pretty good. It really took good in the center. So I'm just going to tie this on here with a simple bow. Trying to get the glitter side. There we go. The glitter side showing on this ribbon. Okay. I went the wrong way. Nope, that's right. Tie it nice and tight. Okay. And then I'm going to clip off these. this one's a little too long, so we're going to fix that. And it's twisted here. I want it going the right way. There we go. And it's going this way. Perfect. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is glue my little spider onto my hat. And I just go around the outside of the bottom of this and flip it over. And we're going to glue it like this on the hat. Perfect. Now the last thing, you know, I always need my little diamond dots, and since I used orange to accent this one, we're gonna put diamond dots at the bottom of this. And that way you'll know how to put the hat on too. You can aim knowing that the diamond dots are over here, that this is the front. And I forgot my little tool. Let's see if I can do it this way. And that glue will dry clear, so we'll be okay. All right, now see how pretty that is? And the last thing to do is I have some orange, black, and green bracelets that are going in here for my gift. And I do have a tutorial on how to make the bracelets in my videos. And that goes right on top, and it's ready for my party. That's where I want it. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Remember to sprinkle kindness like confetti wherever you go. And until the next video, happy crafting. Bye-bye.